told us some issues, and their issues are around the first issue, which is skills development. The young people say, Your Excellency, that it is important that government invests in free formal education and free vocational education at the same time. Free formal education is already achieved in UPE and USE, but free vocational education, Your Excellency, we thank you for starting it up with the skilling hubs. The Ministry of Gender has some skilling hubs as well, but the young people are saying we need more, Your Excellency, because skills development can happen in 1 week and someone is an expert carpenter. But for them to become a medical doctor, you need a minimum of 20 years in the school and in education. Your Excellency, we therefore as a National Youth Council insist that the problem in free education is twofold. Number one, there are still schools that are charging young people an amount of money to attend in a universal primary school, in a universal secondary school. Your Excellency, you've heard from your daughter from Lango. She says she has a report. But we have been working and fighting these people across districts to say, don't charge young people for getting what will help you in your community. Because the uneducated young person, Your Excellency, is a burden to the community. And we think it's not right for the community to sit idly by if the young people at home, government has provided free education and they are affording the luxury of saying we don't want to go to school. Your Excellency, we think it must become an offense for a parent who exists within reach of a UPE school to not take that child to that school. It must be an offense for a school teacher, a school head teacher in UPE and USE to charge a fee. We have heard, yes, the capitation grant is not enough. And we are saying government should double the capitation grant. But that does not take away from whether someone is going to school if they are 10 years or 5 years. Your Excellency, we want to proceed and talk about skills development in the formal job sector. Your Excellency, young people go to school in many forms. Here we have Soroti University, for which we thank you so much. However, Your Excellency, when young people finish, sometimes we get stranded. For example, Your Excellency, I believe we are in the presence of some intern doctors. Are they here? There are some intern doctors here. You're welcome. Your Excellency, that trouble is now confusing all of us. The intern doctor's problem is actually not a problem of government interest, because you've voiced yourself, Your Excellency, in support of the sciences. It's a problem of the control measures of entry. Your Excellency, in the past, the universities that could provide education for doctors were very few. Now we have a proliferation because of the NRM and the system of privatizing education for everyone to get. And Your Excellency, I want to thank you for that. But that must be matched by funding from Parliament, so that intern doctors do not cry year in, year out for them to be deployed before they can be deployed. So, Your Excellency, I beg you to help those young people and we avoid this overflow, which you are the one that helped them attain through science education. Your Excellency, the final thing I will say about skills development is the need to utilize government programming at the community level. Let me talk a bit about the PDM. Your Excellency, I want to thank you, Eyalama no Yopoyo Tutwan. For the first time in Teso, a villager is not forgotten by government in terms of how far government is. You have brought the government to the village through the PDM. And now, Your Excellency, the people at the grassroots cannot blame you or government for making them their own government. You have provided them with the power to make circles at the parish, the power to choose who benefits when, and you have given their leaders the presence on the PDM. I want to thank you. Your Excellency, you have given 10,500 young people the capacity to sit on PDC committees at that level, and you have made us relevant, Your Excellency. But Your Excellency, the PDM, and I want to say this to Atumna Kloateker, Idwe Kumam, I want us to understand this. The PDM can do much more than just financing and people picking money. Because the PDM is of 7 pillars. Financial inclusion is only one of them, Your Excellency. PDM touches education. So the PDM committee must address the question of how many children are dropping out in this parish. PDM touches development of infrastructure. They must liaise and audit whether government-funded priority at the district is reaching them. Your Excellency, we want government to focus on the entire question of the PDM, because the grassroots is missing out, because the message is coming as only money, and yet there is more. That money is to awaken them, bring them into the entire money economy, but it must also empower them to ask questions among themselves of their responsibilities. Your Excellency, let me talk a bit about youth opportunities. First and foremost, Your Excellency, we must admit there is no possibility of youth opportunities without peace and security. We want to thank you, Your Excellency. You have made Uganda peaceful border to border, and I thank you. However, Your Excellency, I invited 2 special guests here so you can notice them. Your colleagues from the days of Fronasa are here. You spoke of some Kumam who are recruiting for you, and I trust them, Your Excellency. Adwong Joseph Mwaru is here. He used to recruit for Fronasa. He's seated somewhere. Adwong Yaimali Nenjute Adwong. Adwong Ochen Charles is also here. These are the people from the land who sacrifice their own lives with your leadership, Your Excellency, for us the young people to enjoy peace. We cannot play with that. The second thing about youth opportunities, Your Excellency, we are not going to get opportunities in the same vein and the same presence of corruption. That one cannot happen. And therefore, Your Excellency, we thank you for beginning the fight. You call it a small fight against corruption. We thank you. The National Youth Council has been working with the Deputy IGG. Sol, she's here. Dr. Achan Patricia, your daughter, is here. And we've been working with her to sensitize young people across the country on their own responsibility. Your Excellency, when you addressed us on corruption, you asked us to ensure that we engage dialogue. Immediately, I led a team of young people to Afande Nakaruma's office. And we made sure that we produced a concept for young people to, across the whole country, give ideas on how they think corruption must be fought in Uganda. And that should be attended by all agencies of corruption. Your Excellency, I think she's only lacking the funding, but if you support her, we can start that course, 2026. Your Excellency, they are joking. These young people are saying, in 2026, Your Excellency, we are ready, you have brought us, and you have done enough for us. We want, as the young people, to be the front line of your campaign. I thank you, and may God bless Uganda. I therefore request Your Excellency that those young people who are doing those, take a photo with you. Mr. Muya Mukasa, Iiga, Boniface, and my young brother, please take a photo.
And to the PWDs of this country to partake in the bidding process of this country. Aware that 65% of the national budget goes into public procurement, Your Excellency, once again, your revolutionary method of work has been exhibited. We say thank you, sir. In the same way, Your Excellency, the young people are making a humble request that with your guidance, the Minister of Finance should hold the accounting officers accountable. So that contracts that are meant for youth, for women, for people with disabilities are segmented for them. There should not be payments made by Ministry of Finance unless there is proof by the accounting officers that part of the contract, as the law guided by USA, has now been established. Your Excellency, the young people also want to thank you for deploying our intern doctors. There has been cry all over the country. Some of them have been absorbed. We are pleading, they are pleading that you continue to absorb those who have not been absorbed. Your Excellency, we want to thank you for the presidential skilling hubs that you have extended to us across the country. We appreciate this, sir. The young people are requesting, Your Excellency, that after impacting them with skills, tafadhali mzee, you plan for them a startup kit. Because after training them, they need tools of trade. Your Excellency, you've done this in Kampala, where you skill the youth, and on graduation, you give them startup kits. The young people across the country, Your Excellency, who are graduating, who are benefiting from the Presidential Skilling Hub, are humbly requesting that you see to it that they are supported so that the knowledge they acquire is practically put into use. Your Excellency, the Juakali, most of the youth fall under Juakali. In the last financial year, there was money budgeted for Juakali. The same, Your Excellency, was being managed by Ministry of Gender. We simply request that if this can be matched, that your good project of presidential skilling hubs, the graduates benefit from this Juakali money, because the same has been given to people sometimes without skills. So the prayer for the young people is that the Juakali money, Your Excellency, be reinstated so that it can support the core of our population. Your Excellency, during the COVID campaign period, we moved really across the country. We appreciated the energy. Your Excellency, you did pledge and promise that you would have sub-regional meetings with these youth leaders in their sub-regions, where they would come and share with you issues affecting them at sub-region. We share the industrial parks that has been established across the country. They have established several job opportunities for the young people. I want to be specific to two. The one in Mali currently employs over 3,000 youth, and we appreciate you for this. The one in Kapeka also employs around the same number. Your Excellency, this population is a new population in these locations. The young people in these areas have embraced agriculture, especially vegetable growing, with Echivalo. I know the group that we've supported in this eastern region, right opposite Mbale Industrial Park, where they are now growing vegetables, and they need your support to scale it to meet the demand of the day. I thank you and I salute you. May the good Lord bless you. We bring you greetings from PLU. As I conclude, Your Excellency, I welcome my colleagues. Allow me to introduce the Honorable Fiona Nyamtoro, the State Minister, and we thank you for appointing one of us to serve in that office. It's an indicator that you believe in the young people. Your Excellency, allow me to introduce to you Honorable Rupumaya Edison, a youth member of Parliament representing Eastern Region. They are here in solidarity. Western Region, I beg, submit. They are here in solidarity for the cause of the young people. and we are so resolved for your cause. Thank you so much, and may the good Lord bless you. My name is Bernard Odoy Onen Mutusa.
To different communities, ladies and gentlemen, and not least, the young people. Thank you very much for welcoming us to this beautiful region of Soroti and for including us in the celebrations of International Youth Day. I stand before you on behalf of the European Union and member states here in Uganda. And we are here to first and foremost honor and celebrate the International Youth Day as we join the rest of the world in celebrating the vital contributions of youth towards development, especially in leading digital adoption and innovation across the globe. With Your Excellency, the Youth Day also reminds us all to highlight some of the challenges that young people face in order to be able to realize their potential. On this day, we should challenge ourselves to do more and better for the youth. This year's national theme, Skills Development for the Enhancement of Youth Opportunity, really challenges us to support the young people in realizing their full potential. This is not least the case in a country like Uganda, where youth form the majority of society. We have heard today that the recent data shows that 70% of Uganda's population is under 30 years old. And I'm very pleased to hear so many of them today, just celebrating here behind me. The importance of investing in skills for young people cannot be overstated. We've heard it here today as well. How we engage and empower young people today will define the future of our nations. In my interactions with young people across Uganda, their fresh perspectives and innovative ideas have consistently inspired me. Such ideas and perspectives are vital in driving forward thinking and creativity. And skills development, the theme, is a crucial factor in economic empowerment. When young people acquire relevant skills, they are better positioned to secure gainful employment or to create their own entrepreneurial ventures. This will not only reduce unemployment rates, but it will also enhance the overall economic development of the country. Skilled workers contribute to higher productivity levels, which in turn attracts more investments and foster economic growth. I therefore wish to acknowledge the government of Uganda for several youth programs that aim to create opportunities for young people's development and their participation in national development. Your Excellency, the EU delegation and member states are deeply committed to working together to empower the youth. We are cognizant that when young people are meaningfully engaged and taken seriously, their energy and enthusiasm have the power to drive transformation to new heights. We are proud to collaborate with the Ugandan government, civil society, private sector, multilateral organizations, and most importantly, directly with Ugandan youth on issues that are important to these young people.
Come forward to the floor. I want to invite a special person, the chairman of LC1 of this village, to say hello to you. It is unfortunate because it's the host. We should always appreciate these people. We need votes from them, and they are important people in this community. Chairman, please come.
His Excellency, the President of Uganda, the Vice President, and invited dignitaries. I am by name Samuel, the local council one of this area where Your Excellency is. His Excellency, I warmly welcome you to this area, to Soroti community in a great village. His Excellency, with you from the kind of system council, the kind of local council up to date. His Excellency, I've been supporting you in mobilizing asking for votes from the village. I am now a chairperson generate in a parish as well as some federal counties, whereby now His Excellency, I am requesting you, as my dad, as my father, kindly, my daddy, afford me with transport for the next elections. That is to say, a motorcycle. Thank you, Daddy.
Now the chiefs in the community is happy. The president of the village is happy. The great potential and contribution of the youth in transforming society, rekindling the involvement and redefining the role of youth in the World Program of Action 2000 and beyond. Before I go forward into the need of my speech, I want to use this opportunity, Your Excellence, the appointing authority, for the confidence you placed in me by sending me the duty of Minister of State for Youth and Children Affairs. Here, I'm known as the Minister of Majority, 73% of the population. I am very glad for the opportunity you have afforded me to serve the young people of this country. It is indeed a win for General Museveni Obama's youth movement. The civic organization, sir, we are glad and we promise. Thank you for entrusting us to serve this country, and thank you for grooming and mentoring us so that we can take all your achievements and consolidate them in the future should you decide to retire at one given time. Your Excellency, the Youth Council has all been invited to attend this event for the very first time. Requested me to thank you and appreciate you for enabling them to travel here today. And also they are thankful that you facilitated them. And in the NYC delegates, they are also extremely happy that you have facilitated them. Though we had a small glitch yesterday as usual, we have managed it and they are all here. I thank my sister, the minister, who stepped in to give me a hand. And I thank Honorable Museveni and Honorable Kabianga Baruku and Honorable Bariomus, who came in to give me a hand. It is a very huge constituency and very complicated constituency, but I believe we shall manage it together. We can do it. I believe, Your Excellency. The youth councillors who have been invited to attend this event for the very first time requested me as well, Your Excellency, that they would like to have a meeting with you. They are 292 and they are 56 municipality chairpersons. They are all here to celebrate on your invitation. Thank you, Museveni, for inviting them. Then, Your Excellency, the young people of this village have told me to thank you for the lunch that you have provided them behind there. They have enjoyed and they are still enjoying. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. This particular group of youth councillors would like to have an audience with you, and also they would wish to go to Chankwanzi for a cadreship training. Your Excellency, I've noticed and realized most of the challenges we have as ministers and government, the leaders of tomorrow, we are not giving them time for mentorship and training. It is important every time when they are elected, before even they assume office, we should take them for training, because they make a lot of money demands instead of skills demand, instead of capital demand. They want a small cooked money to survive. I think it is important we take them for the patriotism training and culture that will provide us with the best leaders of Uganda that we need tomorrow. The youth form a significant portion of our population, underscoring the necessity in investing in them and also by keeping the young people. Excellency, I want to thank you for the skilling centers that you have set up across all the 18 sub-regions under the Presidential Skilling Initiative. However, just like mentioned by the youth MP, the youth are trained, but we have not equipped them. It is important we get equipment and we equip them, because even the major power like the USA, 87% of the population, they are in private sector. 13 are working for the US government. So I believe if we equip our young people, they will create more employment and they will be able to work. Let's prioritize that. Yes, the other point I needed to mention on was the issue of the town doctors. They are looking at about 18 billion in supplementary. So they request you, among the priority areas was science, so they request that you ask Minister of Finance to issue an additional 18 million to Minister of Health so that they can be deployed for further training and employment. I know they will serve purpose and they will treat our people. That's what I believe Your Excellency, and I know you will handle that. Your Excellency, the government of Uganda acknowledges the challenge of rising youth unemployment and has implemented several initiatives such as residential regional skills, the boys schools, the Ministry of Gender as well. We have our institutes, and we have our institute in Intaro, Mukono, and we have Koblin in the park, and we have Mubuku Skilling Center. The Mubuku Skilling Center, yes, in 1986, the rebels commanded by you then, your chairman, you raided that camp, and you drove away with the Land Rover. The villagers told me, I wasn't there. You rode away with the Land Rover, at the same time you took away their generator, and you took it to Nyangabo where you had the camp and there was no power. So that center was closed since 1986. When you appointed me a minister, I traveled there with Honorable Kamianga Baruku and the Commissioner of Labor, Mr. Kamiano. We went and toured the place and we engaged the community. We agreed with the community that we can do it step by step. We can have the institute reinstated. I am here to inform Your Excellency that the assignment has been done and 30 children have been enrolled at that school. Rehabilitation, we are doing it slowly due to resources. So it is my humble request you assist these three skilling centers of government and the Ministry of Gender so that we empower and train and skill more of our young people. That's my request, sir. Your Excellency, Ed has told us that the generator was delivered to you by your tax headquarters in Bunyangabo. So I think it is a request you replace that generator and the Land Rover or the Land Cruiser pickup that can traverse that area. And at the same time, Mbuku has no power. So we should consider also extending about 3 kilometers of line to Mbuku Training Center. Your Excellency, and this request, investing in youth skills development, including technical preventions and entrepreneurship and people thinking is crucial. Such investments support national peace and stability, enhance economic resilience and promote social transformation. The parish development model is doing quite a lot. I need to inform you, sir, yesterday I was in Kalaki as I was mobilizing for the crowd here. We went to Kalaki, young men invited me, some young leaders of KLE invited me there to mobilize them and also to engage them. They confirmed that parish development model has been a game changer in their communities. However, there is still one challenge of men or chief who still ask these poor people fetch sugar, which is give me 200,000 and give me $1 million. So it is our duty as leaders and ministers and MPs and LC1s and everybody that we support the president, identify these culprits and take them to court. People should not be charged money for BDM. Your Excellency, permit me congratulate the outstanding athletes, Chemtai and Cheptegei Joshua, for winning gold and silver, respectively. This is because of your program and Mama's program of supporting sports in the Ministry of Education. Thank you very much for funding our team that went to Paris. 2 for us medals, and many more are promising. I'm sure we shall do better next time. Your Excellency, the members of the civil society groups and NGO and the UN agencies and development partners, thank you for supporting us. In particular, I would like to thank Madam, the country director of UNDP and the UN agencies for the support you have given our ministries time after time. Recently, 13 UN agencies came together, mobilized money for adolescents. You gave us about $20.4 million for behavior change and adolescents. We thank you very, very much. We request for more. If yourself has more, give Ugandans more, we shall love you in turn and we shall implement what you want us to do. I also take this opportunity to Excellency to appreciate the development partners who are here.
As I call my fellow colleagues to move forward for recognition, permit me, within the shortest time, to remind you of a few reminders and recognitions in this area. Your Excellency, to begin with, we are in Soroti, Kowa PTC as read. Your Excellency, it's the first time ever since creation that you land here in Soroti, Kowa PTC. For remembrance, Your Excellency, we request, as you look, as you can, we request that you give us a multi-purpose office block in this area for remembrance of this day. I have the memo here with me that I will hand over to you. Your Excellency, as you see also, this road connects to Soroti. It is a hub of everybody. It's called the Old Valley Road. Your Excellency, as you come back, Kumi, Soroti, Ngora, please add this stretch so that it is very important for us to do that. Your Excellency, because of time, also I want to remind you, when we met in Kampala, you pledged to construct the Ateker Ejaru Memorial Technical School. We have land 20 acres and now we request for you to implement your pledge. Finally, Your Excellency, as I recognize my colleagues, members of Parliament, Your Excellency, we have Soroti Seed School and Kamuda Seed School. They are already fully fledged. We thank you for constructing them. But like you have done before, you have provided transport for students to move for different activities. We request you give Soroti a bus and Kamuda Seed Secondary School a bus. Finally, permit me to recognize among the members of Parliament here, Your Excellency, is the woman member of Parliament for Soroti District. Her name is Honorable Anna Eke Ebaju. She's FDC, but she's here. I recognize you. Permit me.
At 2.8 million, constituting 6%. Your Excellency, children between 0 to 17 years in the concluded census are 23.1 million, which constitute 50.2%. This makes Uganda one of the youngest and most rapidly growing population in the world. With about 4% population growth rate and 78.8% of Uganda's population are now under the age of 35. With more than 1 million young people entering the job market every year. This presents both a huge opportunity but also a challenge. Your Excellency, the 2021 Uganda National Labour Force Survey showed that employers across formal and informal sectors in Uganda identifies lack of practical, digital, entrepreneurship skills, as well as lack of soft skills such as managerial skills, communication, social-emotional, as limiting most youth entering the job market. They also assert that our education system is not fully aligned with the labor force needs, leading to a mismatch of skills and competency for entrepreneurship and employability. And Your Excellency, when we visit some of the industrial parks, many of the companies tell us the reason why they import some of the critical labor from abroad is because most of our youth lack skills of innovation and lack skills of technical experts to run the companies and the entrepreneurs. Your Excellency, as we celebrate this year, youth are segmented in several characteristics. For instance, youth employment stands at 42%, spread across 3 broad sectors of the economy. They are mostly in agriculture, fishing and forestry, production and services, with the highest proportion of youth in service sector, 52% are in the service sector, Your Excellency. This is followed by agriculture, forestry and fishing, where 33% of youth are in agriculture, forestry and fishing. While the least area where youth are in is production, with 16% of youth in production. Most youth, Your Excellency, 78% are engaged in informal sector commonly called juakali and trading. That's why when you walk around cities, you'll find people welding, you'll find people with the furniture on the roadside, you'll find people hawking. That's 78% of those juakali and the trading is where most youth are. Your Excellency, in the education sector, 3 in every 10 youth, constituting 32%, did not complete primary education. Likewise, 3 in every 10 youth, constituting 31%, did not complete secondary education or higher levels of education. The proportion of youth with primary education is higher in rural areas with 38%, while youth in secondary education is 37%. And that's why they majorly are dominant in agriculture and juakali. Your Excellency, nearly 1 in every youth in Uganda has received some form of vocational training. So this is a good sign that as we celebrate today's skilling, at least a number of youth have got skilling in terms of vocation. However, nearly half of youth are not using their skills productively for income generation because most programs skills youth, including from our development partners, but do not provide them with the tools and equipment. So the dominant complaint from the youth is that while they are being skilled, they are not being supported with the tools because majority of them are skilled from poor background and are unable to buy the skills.
Is too many messages.
Yesi akironwe po noi nwegelegela.
And I told you the Banyankole proverb.
Abonga limokesu awara kata ngeni no ankole.
Which says, and it could do shara, that many tongues spoil the porridge. Somebody says put more water. The other one says the water is too much. The other one says put more fire. The other one says the fire is too much. The porridge gets spoiled. So, listen, now, I've come to tell you again. The message of the NRM. To the youth. I think there are 21 points. Number 1. Only the mother. This is for the youth now. How can we have the healthy youth? If you want to have the healthy, useful youth, what are the steps? Number 1. The mother who produces you must be 18 years and above. Don't be produced by a girl who is below 18. Because the girl who is below 18 the bones are not grown enough, you may suffer injury in childbirth.
Ngara itotongi na iko kwele potuni oroke doli kato munaka yauni mama ke kojo epane kapatina na potu idumundo be patina idonere jo idumundo ani michana.
The pelvic girdle is not wide enough to allow a child to come through.
Mama kenga nule pero saina mama pero ike ngara na koku so mama pero I don't get jo.
So when you are talking about youth, please start with the mother now. Who is the mother who has produced? Because a child is a youth. A youth is a former child.
So don't put them on the level of Katumuna, and get over the gate toto, in I go there toto, Nara in Koku, and Kepola, I watch the cocaine, Atumuna, and I watch it, and I watch the Koku.
And we need the elder and former youth, don't forget that. So when we talk of youth, it's not a new subject, we know it very well.
So
So don't produce children before, don't even conceive, forget about producing. Unless you are 18 years and above. Because that's how some of the children get injury when they are being born and so on. Number two, the mother must feed well when you are in the stomach, in the womb. Nutrition, so that the mother is healthy to feed you and the fetus is also healthy. This doctor should be telling you about all this. The district health officer should be educating the whole population about the nutrition of the mother and of the fetus. Number three, the mother should ensure prenatal care. That's why we brought the health center free to sub-county. We wanted the health center to be near so that people can walk there even on foot and be checked. So all the mothers should be checked during pregnancy so that the medical people can see whether the children are sitting well in the womb or not. Number four, when it is time to deliver, go to the maternity center and deliver there. Number five, once the child is born, immunization. You have seen how much immunization has done to solve some of the health problems, in spite of the other gaps which are still there. No more polio. No more measles. And the other diseases. So how much would you have achieved if you added nutrition, you added safe water and other measures? Number six, good nutrition for the baby, starting with breastfeeding.
Ai tanyambi koke jok esake olbera na kitikoku aenda kakileno kisi anatoto.
So that the child is growing in a healthy way.
Yes, polo nikoku odumwale inoi.
Not just eating rice. Rice is not a good food, just rice alone.
Mere aina tikoku anyame mchere, mame mchere rai morene. E joko no kode do ara na nyesi bon.
You need to get all the food, the carbohydrates, the proteins,
E foto nyali nyali nyamatalo nyame koko.
the fats, the vitamins.
Borom kelme baranga si jazz ko do na kidete twana apuro jazz ko do na kidete a kota tiji ali besine be baka vitamin sumo.
That's what the district health officer should be doing, educate the people so that they know what to eat.
Nyesi mun tiambe muro ko district ai chana kide to ngani pat na be to na so de jene ti borne e pola ya ngata gene kesi.
Number 7,
Like
malaria control.
Exactly, the lemon on malaria, I told you, or calio.
There are so many programs of malaria control because we have not the vaccine of malaria. They've been talking about it, but I don't know how far it has gone. But we have been having malaria prevention using other methods.
If noi e polata trafuga na itiji akero ne malaria e utai bai te mono kina akero ke kata le malaria ko nyero ko berde ko nyero tafuga noi ani bitije malaria. Mama malaria.
Now, once the child is about 7,
he
now goes to the school. Some other people are talking of primary and all that, but here I wanted to start at primary at P1 for 7. So, once there, that's where the program of free education in the government schools. The youth and all the other activists should insist on free education in the government schools. When we introduced it, we knew why we introduced it. Who was through those systems, we know them very well. In 1958, when we were in our area there, Chamate, Ntungamo area, the people who went to our high school were like 4 or 5 from the whole area.
Okaru 1958. Okaru kaisa kanika yauni analo motor apolo ekidio ketunga no ilo sete osomero kana tano sepa ketunga lo adole ke womo no bonisa lo seta shoma na kitoma no senior.
How can you have changes if only 6 people come from the whole county of Brahma and go to P7 actually? That's because junior one was P7.
So in it,
factor has not been doing well. So people have been sending citrus to buy from Kenya, from Rwanda here.
Mamleme chuma la tejulo some job and akidole mona ai lejana roke ai lejana Kenya ke Rwanda che boshong ai lejana.
And I hear they have been underpaying our people.
Dolemo in a gwelara dojo na rekote MBA by boss raja gwelaro be ala chaka.
But still, even when they were being underpaid by the buyers from Kenya and Rwanda and other South Sudan, what they were getting is better what they would have got from cotton. You remember I got you from cotton to citrus.
Araida ade ijesunebe la raita no noi e jojo koto le mande pare e jawtene loti bolijar no paba.
So, but now once the factory is improved, then we shall be buying the citrus and the price will go up.